What's going on YouTube? I am HotMessNess, MUA, otherwise known as Vanessa, and today's video is kind of an extension of brands I want to try in 2018. I'll throw that up in the cards, and also because I am one of those people that once I find out I like something, then I want to try more of that something. And I didn't want to go through and do one long video for Dose of Colors. I know that there are people out there that do that. I'm not that person. I'm just not. So instead, I'm going to do little mini reviews, do little quick swatches of each one, and at the end, there will be a giveaway. So we're gonna call it Dose of May. Dose of May. May is going to be Dose of Colors month. Once a week, I will have a video featuring one of the Dose of Colors palettes that I have. The one that I don't have is the Baked Browns. It's one of those things. I have lots of browns, but that's also how I felt about these palettes. I feel like I have so many of these kind of shades. Do I really need them? So Dose of Colors intrigued me, and I started out with the Marvelous Mauves. And I'm not going to get into each palette and what I like about them. We're going to save that for the roundup. And at the roundup overview of my thoughts on all of them, which ones I would buy, which ones I would skip out on, we'll save that for the last video. And in that last video will be the giveaway. So this video is all about Sassy Siennas. Sassy Siennas, I created this look for you guys that will be toward the end. So here's a look inside the Sassy Siennas palette. It is these corally kind of shades, then you go into a light brown, like a red brown, and then a dark, like deeper brown. And upon first looking of any of the Dose of Colors palettes that look kind of like this, I thought, oh, I know I have shades like that. But then once you get into the formula, that's when you kind of find the love for Dose of Colors. I hope they never change their formula, but it is a 5-pan palette. You can do a lot with these. There is no highlight color. There is no shine, shimmer. These are all mattes, but that's what I love about them, that you can create a complete look with this, which is what I did with this. I used nothing but Sassy Siennas with this look, but you can also use these as supplemental palettes. And I feel like these are the kind of things that are great in your arsenal. You can drop them in your bag, you can take them to travel, and you get a lot of range with these. Then you could grab a shimmer palette and you can have endless looks. So if you'd like to see some swatches of the Sassy Siennas, you can check those out here. Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas palette has 1.7 grams or 0.06 ounces of product each. The brush is pretty cool. It's more for detail work, but it is actually a usable brush. The colors are a beautiful gradation. They're powdery, but they blend like a dream. First shade is Stay Classy, which is described as a plump peach. The second is Brassy, which is considered a burnt orange. The third is Foxy, which is a burnt sienna. Then you have Bossy, a warm copper, and Oh So Sassy, a warm cocoa brown. To see the look I created with this palette, you can see that here. Hopefully I'm in focus. So I'm starting with my Blinc primer, my amazing anti-aging primer, which also has a lighter base, so it makes colors pop. And I blend that onto the eyeballs, and I'm starting in with Oh So Sassy, this peach. It's a really bold peach, and I'm doing a light diffusion into the crease area, but then I'm building it up and switching my brush from, into the crease to on its side and blending it up closer to my brow because I don't have a whole heck of a lot of room to work. And I just continue to build this up and change brushes to fluff it out, clean off that brush, diffuse the edge, repeat again as necessary because I really want to build up that peachy color. Then I switch into Bossy, which is a bold burnt orange, and I'm just working that directly into the crease to, give us that line, that depth.
After I like the colors that are on the lid, I go into brassy and I'm packing that real close to the lash line and then blending it upward, but keeping most of the color close to the lash line, building that up, and then I switch to a fluffy brush to really blend that out. Again, packing close to the lash line, building up, blending out. I'm adding Stay Sassy, the darkest shade, and putting that right on top of the others and blending together, pack it back on, and then just really diffusing it. And this took multiple steps to really achieve the color that I wanted, but I like how well these colors layer and blend on each other. Then I just went back. I cleaned off the brush. I went back into the orangey shade and deposited some of that color back into the crease. Cleaned off my brush, went back into the pinky shade, put that up in the higher parts, you know, closer to my brow bone, blended it all together, and anywhere that needed more depth, I'd add more color and blend, and then connect it all. Fluff my hair, and here I'm just blending where I put my liner. There's actually no shadow, just me blending the lower lash line before I apply shadow.
What'd you find?
A spicy chicken sandwich.
You're gonna eat that?
Why wouldn't you?
It's from yesterday.
And the lower lash line's easy. I just did the darkest shades to the lightest shades, blended them out.
Okay, so when I finished the lower lash line and the upper part with the liner, I used the Makeup Geek espresso liner. I love those liners and they've been discontinued. And then the lower lash line, I actually brought it down, you know, to help with my bags. Figure might as well embrace it. And I used a shade called Plumeria and Max Costa Riche. The Plumeria was like a cool red. So if you guys know of other liners out there, leave it in the comments down below that are like that. I know Colourpop has colorful ones and I love those, but I'm thinking, you know, like red browns, brownie, you know, nothing too expensive. I always like, oh, I want a new liner, but I hate that a liner costs half as much as a, you know, palette sometimes. Keep it cheap, people. Anyway, this is the finished look with the Sassy Siennas. I hope you liked it. All right, guys, don't forget at the end of this series, the Dose of May, we will be giving away one of these Dose of Colors palettes. So you'll have to stay tuned to see which one and, you know, peep in for each different little mini review. I thought this was good because these are not new. Some of these have been out on the market for a while, so it's not like the new, but some people like to go back to reviews if they haven't purchased something before. So I thought I would do this series this way and then do an overall roundup at the end. That way these stay short and sweet, straight to the point. If you have no interest in these, say you had no interest in Sassy Siennas, you could skip to the Blushing Berries or Marvelous Mauves or Hidden Treasures palettes, or if you wanted to get an overview, you could stick to the end. Either which way, don't forget to check me back out a little bit later on for the giveaway. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.